You guys all are in Mark Systems, so let's look at something in Mark Systems real quick. It's opening. I feel like I need to play Jeopardy music. Oh, you know what I didn't ask you guys at the beginning? Was there anything while I'm waiting for this to open up? Was there any objections, hurdles, challenges that you wanted input on? I covered all of Ashley's yesterday. She had a lot of them.
All right.
Ashley, talk about the one we talked about yesterday, that was your problem child that you ended up getting across the finish line.
Yeah, they actually came in pretty happy. So I still don't understand what happened between when they called me in the morning and when we got here. I don't know, but they were very happy and they're signing the purchase agreement today at 2:30. So
So this was
yay.
the Bartelts, the
Yeah.
engineering guy. He came in yesterday with a sheet of questions. He just keeps giving her long lists of questions. And then you guys were in the process of turning on Mark Systems. You found out the price was lower than they originally thought it was going to be. And he was mad that the price was lower.
He was mad that some of the options went up, even though the overall he was going micro, so I had to go macro on that one.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
what happened when you did that?
I think he finally got it. I don't know if maybe because over the phone he just wasn't understanding the as much, but when I explained it to him here, he was like, "Oh, okay." So I don't know. Again, he was not the same person I talked to on the phone, so
So let's go to your customer, Natalia, that we were looking at base prices on, right? And we were comparing between neighborhoods. He was looking in Fall Creek and Pleasant Hill. So let me just pull this up and just show you real quick how this works. Um, Give me a second, it's loading. Okay. One thing that I always do, and you guys should all do this in Mark Systems, is you should create yourself a test customer that is whatever you want it to be labeled, but you could call it Natalia Test. I call mine Aaron Test. You could call it Tom Brady if you wanted to name it after the greatest quarterback of all time, who happens to be a Michigan Wolverine. I just want to point that out. Uh,
nobody wants to do that.
hmm, so you put in
Surprise.
Aaron Test, right? And now I'm going to go put Aaron Test in Fall Creek right now. And what was the floor plan that
Amethyst basement.
Amethyst B? So I've got an Amethyst B. What elevation?
B.
So let me switch to B. Pull this over here. Go into B. Hit tab. Here's my base price. 351, 300, right?
Right.
I've not selected a home site, so I don't have a premium at the moment.
Correct.
If I want to know what premiums are, I need to look at my plat, look at what home sites are basement home sites, right?
Mhm.
So I'm going to go here to communities. I'm going to go to Fall Creek. I'm going to go to my map of awesomeness. I'm going to look for bees, right? And they were, say, 18 through 30 was probably where they were going to be, right?
Well, we narrowed it down to 25 through 29.
Okay. So if I just come in here, I can go there. What I would do if I were you is I would take out this plat, print it, and I would write the premiums on every single home site on your entire plat and put that on your clipboard so that you always know what your premiums are. Or
Have
I would
that.
just go into lot view and look. It's another way to do it, right?
Yeah, I got those.
But that way you kind of know, okay, all of these are, 25 is 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. So boom, boom, boom. 28 is 2,500 and 29 is 1,500 plus as a premium, right? So now I know what those numbers are. and I know what my base price is. Now I'm going to switch over and I'm going to go to another community and I'm going to go put in Aaron test in the other community. So let's go back and put in Aaron test. And because I'm video streaming, it's going to be slow. Sorry, guys. But my interwebs are working on it. So now I'm going to go change my community. I'm going to go to Pleasant Hill, hit OK. And momentarily, I'll be able to pull this up and show you. It wants to always open it on my other screen. And now I'm going to go find Aaron test because I've created Aaron test everywhere. Okay, so I haven't created Aaron test here. But there's Aaron Antis. I'm going to sell him a home. Same thing. But I would have yourself a test case in every location. And normally when I price a customer out, I do it in my test case. So that's just how I always did it. I've got an amethyst B here, right? And now I'm waiting. Here's my base price, $333,300. So if I take my other one and subtract it, it's like 16,700. But what I don't know, oh, that's elevation A. Yeah, I need to switch to elevation B. Sorry. Switched to B. $333,700. So I do the math between the two. Now I know what the differences are. And now I would need to go over to that community and go Pleasant Hill, the hill that is pleasant. And look at my basements. And what home site were they thinking about in here?
27.
27. So I would come back
One
here.
scrolling.
And I would go find, ooh, 27 is being held by somebody. So somebody has it held right now. That's why it's not showing up there. So let's go look.
It's being held by them.
Okay. So unless they actually go reserve it, I would make sure you release it after you price it out.
Okay.
I don't know why I don't actually see it here. There it is. Schultz, Robert Schultz.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so like now you know it's being held, but they didn't actually do a home site reservation, right?
They did not.
Yeah, so when you get done doing their price out and you get all their numbers and you've put it all together, I would just at the end go back in and take out the home site.
Okay.
That's how you free it back up. Because otherwise it's like it's being held and you don't, it's like sometimes we're like, oh, that home site is gone, or Brady might be pricing out for somebody and be like, oh, that home site's not available anymore. When it really is, we just kind of grabbed it for a customer.
Mhm.
You know, if you're the only person, it's not a big deal because you kind of know what's going on with it. But when there's more than one of you, sometimes it gets confusing. And the more of you there are, the more confusing it gets. So if I just hit remove lot right here, then it lets go of it. And everything else is still here,
Mhm.
right? It just removes the premium. Does that help with what kind of made you not know that difference before? Does that help seeing it that way?
No, that's exactly what I've been doing.
Okay.
Where the confusion came in was the $17,600 increase
Okay.
just between the two different communities. Same floor
Okay.
plan, same elevation.
Yes. What is confusing about that?
Nothing at this point. I just was not aware. And that's kind of where I
Okay.
think what I was trying to communicate, the misunderstanding came in is, when I had that initial conversation, it was, I took away that there is no increase in that base price that we see in the little window pop up, but there actually is. So once I went in and did the price out for both communities, that's when I saw,
Yeah.
the price increase. So
Okay. I would just say it this way. Every community, every time will be a different price from every
Sure,
other community.
sure. And that's where the
There'll never
disconnect.
be two.
Yeah.
There'll basically never be two that are the same. And as far as like describing it to the customer, I would just explain to them that the base price of the home has the average priced home site in the community in it. And that's why there are premiums, because some might be more than others. Some might be
Right.
less than others. So sometimes you'll have a credit because the average one was some number and this one's $2,000 less than that one. Some might be more because this one was $2,000 more than the average. So that's where the premiums come in.